Guys, welcome back to another trading video. In today's video I'll be trading again on this channel, and of course I'll be showing you another great strategy that we have right here on the screen. On my last video actually we actually trade some couple indicator on the last video, and I explained in details how those indicators say how you can actually inject the indicators alongside with your technical analysis for you to have a very great signal to enter a trade on. All right, so over here in today's video we're definitely going to be showing you another great strategy with what you're seeing right here on the chart. All right, so over here we have just two indicators we're using on this video. Before I actually go further, this video is practically for our scalping alone. All right, it's just for a scalping strategy alone. I'm going to explain that what that means in the next few minutes. All right, but before then, let me actually explain what we have right here on the screen. So the over here we're using two indicators. The first indicator we're using is called moving average. This over here is EMA, and the second indicator we're using is called STC, which actually means a sharp trend circle. All right, so if you want to put up the indicator, just come over here. So over here, just make sure just click on the technicals here, and over here let's actually say moving average, which is the first indicator we're using. We're going to type moving average. So this is the one we're using right here. This moving average exponential. So this is the one we're using right here. Just click it. I'm going to have it on your chart. All right, so the second indicator is called STC, which is the sharp trend circle. So I actually put that up as well. Just click on the indicator part, click on the technical over here, and over here you are going to write a sharp trend, a sharp trend circle. Right, this is the first one right here. I'm going to use the one that is called Everget. All right, so we're using it on the one which is called Everget. All right, so that's the indicator we're using. All right, so that's pretty much it. And this indicator we're using right here actually have a setting. Immediately you actually put it up, just come over here. All right, just hover on the part of the indicator and click on the certain part. So on the length of our moving average, we are using it on 200. So the length should be 200. The source over here should be close. All right, and that was called the offset here should be 0. The method right here we're using should be SMA, and the length on that part here should be 5. So that's pretty much all you have to change here. So when you're done, you hit okay. All right, so the second indicator setting right here we have what's it called on the period part. On the MACD fast length we're using it on 23. All right, the MACD fast length is 23, the MACD slow length is 55, the circle length should be 24. All right, the first D length should be 3, while the second D length should be 3 as well. The source should be closed, and the upper band should be 75 and the lower band 25. So that's just a setting over here. All right, so when you're done, you hit save. So how does strategy work? Like I said earlier on, this strategy is for scalping strategy alone. And when we're talking about scalping, it just means that I actually explained this on my previous video. So for those of you who doesn't watch my previous video, so always make sure that you check it out because it is for beginner like you. All right, so you need to know all this time. It's very important. So when you're talking about scalping, we're talking about going into a market, make a quick money and get out of it. All right, so that's just the simple explanation of scalping. So how does strategy work? All right, so when we want to take a downtrend like the current trade we have right here, when we are trying to take a down trade like a buy, if you want to enter a buy trade, the number one thing is to confirm with this strategy. The first thing is to make sure that you have your STC line over here actually cross down the overbought line here, like this upper line here. That's what I actually mean. This trending line here should actually cross down this upper line here, and there must be a dot signal, or like you can see, this dot signal must indicate and it must show red. And not only that, always make sure that you have your line here, your trend line here to cross down this part, saying it that it's actually going down on the trend. And not only that, always make sure that you have your candlestick below your 200 moving average. Is very important. This candlestick must be below it. For example, we have an indication of this particular what's it called signal here. We have our dot, and we said our trend line actually crossed down the overbought level. And when we actually check here, we see that this particular candle right here has dropped below our moving average, which is below it. So if you actually enter the trade on this part, you can see we could have been in a very good profit even up to this point. So that's just what you're looking at. All right, for sell option. So for buy option, all you just have to look at is pretty much the same, but in a reversal kind of a thing. So let me try to actually get the moment so that I can explain, so that you can pretty much understand. Okay guys, this is a very good moment to actually explain the buy position. So when you're saying to buy in the market, all you just have to look at with your STC is to make sure that you have your trending line here, your STC trending line here should actually be in an oversold position. What I mean by that is like this, your STD line should be below the down line here of the STC. This line particularly here, it must be actually coming up in the trend. It must actually crosses it going up in the trend, and you must actually see a signal, right? This dot signal must actually indicate over here, and it must what's it called, show a green color, which actually indicate that the market is going up. What's called the trend is actually going up in the market, right? So when you see that, always make sure that you confirm this again with your moving average. You must have that candle beneath it to actually cross over your moving average at the top. All right, you know, the other time when we are going for a buy, so a buy in the market, we need to have our candle above our moving average. All right, the sell part the other time we actually explained that we should have it below moving average. Our moving average, the candle must be below it, and the trend line must be in the overbought position of the STC coming down in the trend. So but when it comes to a buy option, always make sure that you have your trend line below the oversold position, and it must actually saying it is actually heading up in the market, right? It must actually what's it called, crosses over and heading up in the trend. Like I said, always make sure that you confirm this with the dot signal of what's it called, the STC. Not only that, make sure that the candle you're actually placing a trade on must be above the 200 moving average. So when that happens, you can actually go for a sell. For example, if you actually sell right in this position, we could have actually end up and the money on this particular last candle. Don't forget that this is actually a total scalping strategy. All right, so right now I'll be showing you an example of what I'm talking about. When I find a good moment, I'm definitely going to show you an example real quick, maybe like 2 or 3 examples, show you the best time to enter a trade. I'm going to enter a trade, and of course I'm going to show you where you have to place your stop loss and take profit real quick for you to actually make money on a scalping strategy. So right now we're finding a good currency pairs. So when I get a good moment, I'll come down and take a trade, and of course I'm going to explain in details what I say before I enter that. Okay guys, so over here I find a very good moment. As you can see, this is practical example. Let me actually zoom this so that we can see clearly. This is a practical example of what I talked about at the time. As you can see, this particular candle actually crosses over what's it called, at the upper part of our moving average. It actually crosses it up. I want to actually check this. As you can see, our STC line here actually following actually cross the oversold position line here, and the indication of our what's it called, signal indicator right here, the dot signal here. Another thing I forget to mention the other time, always make sure that you're taking the trade on the first candle that crosses over what's it called, the moving average. All right, it's not like it has been up for a while before you enter a trade. Let's make sure that the first candle that actually crosses over the moving average was the one you're actually taking your trade on, because we are actually doing this on a scalping strategy. Not only that, always make sure that you're just newly having your STC line crosses an oversold position going up in the trend, and you have this thing confirmed with your dot signal right here. Or this is a very good position. So right now I'm going to actually place my stop loss. I'm going to show you how you can place that. All right, so over here we're going for long, so let's actually indicate our stop loss right here. Okay, so let's actually put our stop loss. For us to actually put our stop loss, we need to actually get what's it called, the position for the last position we have as what's it called, as our support, our resistance. Okay, this is the first one, this is the second one. So it's usually bounce back when it's reached this position right here. As you can see here, as you can see over here, when the market reached a dropped, when it reached a drop. So this should be our last what's it called, resistance. So let's actually drag this here. I think I shall have it right here in the position. Okay, let's drag it to this part. This is actually a good one there. So let me take this off a little. So the next thing is for us to actually find our the last support, which is actually here. As you can see, it usually bounce back in this position. So we're going to put this on our last support right here. So guys, this is a very great strategy right here. We're going to actually test this out to see how this market is going to play out, if we're going to be in a very good position on this one. Okay guys, a good one there. We actually hit on our take profit. As you can see, the market actually hit right here. This is a very great one. Like I said, it's never really necessary for you to wait till you hit your take profit, because like I said, this is actually what's it called, a scalping strategy. And one thing about scalping strategy, you need to you need to keep looking on your chart to see if there's no reversal. So immediately you see that the reversal is happening in the market, it is very wise for you to actually pull out the market automatically yourself, right? Because sometimes you might not really hit your take profit before the market reverses, because this is actually a scalping strategy. So always make sure that you are setting your take profit and stop loss, because it's very important. This strategy, it is always 85% accurate, because it's something I've actually tried out at the back end myself and it is working perfectly. So that's the reason why I want to show you guys. So guys, let's get a couple more trade. So I'll be analyzing again. So when I get another good moment, I'll come down and take a trade. Of course, I'll definitely explain in details again what I see before I enter the trade. Okay guys, so this is a very good moment again for for a sell trade. So over here, as you can see, the market was actually really looking great. The last candle we have right here actually breached down below our moving average. We have our dot line here indicate that the market is already dropped. As you can see, even it has really dropped here, and the candle right here was really dropped. So this is a very nice trade, and this kind of a trade, so you need always, like I said, always make sure that you're setting up your your take profit and stop loss. So let's grab it to actually do that. For here, we are doing this for short. So right here, we're going to place in our stop loss right in this position. I'm going to place my stop loss right here, and of course I'm going to drag this over here. Let me actually say the last time we have, okay, this is where this is actually reverse, but if you actually check on the one too, there's a drop here and a reverse as well. So let's put it in between those, right? So let's just take it down here a little. All right, so like always make sure that if you're setting your take profit and stop loss, always make sure that your stop loss is ×3 more than your stop loss. Always make sure you're setting it that way. And another thing, like I said earlier on, this never really determine if you're doing a quick trade on a scalping strategy. You always need to look and check out your chart. All right, it's very important. So guys, we actually set this out. Let's see what this is going to play out on the market. All right, a good one there. The market is actually reverse right here. As you can see, there's a trend going up and coming down. Okay, right now we're having a very good pull out on the market, pull down on the market. Okay, let's see if this is gonna hit. Okay. Okay guys, so right here, this is where the trend actually really reached down, but I actually take my take profit this part. All right, but from this part, as you can see, the market is start reversing. That's the reason why I say that always make sure that you're looking up on your chart. As you can see, let me zoom in so we can see clearly. All right, this is where the market actually hit before I start reversing. When you check it, this is actually reversing. All right, so when this happened, maybe you're checking your chart and this happened. All right, you've hit this market, and the next candle reverse, the other one reverse, and the third one reverse, and that should actually indicate for you to actually pull out on the market. All right, because this is actually a scalping strategy. You always need to be there watching your trade. Even after you've actually put up your stop loss and take profit, you still need to be checking up on your trade once in a while to see what the next candle is actually showing. So if there's a reversal in the market, always make sure that you're right there to pull out of the market. Is very important. All right, so this is just an example of what I explained the other time. So guys, another good one here. Let me see if I can find another good chart, and I'll come down again and explain in details. All right guys, this is another great moment. As you can see, this is a very perfect moment for an uptrend. Over there right here, we have a very strong bullish candle right here above that, actually above our moving average. As you can see in the market is just hitting our oversold position line here. The trend line is actually hitting it, and we have a red signal day that we should go ahead and sell. In this part, I'm definitely going to set up my take profit as well real quick. Let's actually set this up to be on a long. So on this part, let me actually see our last what's it called, resistance. Okay, we don't really have a what's it called, a good resistance on this part, but what I'm just definitely going to do is to make sure that I actually take my what's it called, stop loss all the way down here, because this is the last time we have a great moment on the what's it called, on the support level. Our support, our stop loss should be right in this position. And of course, let's see how we can actually, like I said, always make sure that you're having ×3 of your take profit more than your stop loss. Is very important. Okay guys, it's a very good trade here. So guys, let's see how this is going to play out. Okay, the trend is start going okay, there's a drop. Okay, it actually take back. Okay, as you can see, this is really dropped. So let's make sure that your stop loss is actually coming down. Really, what's it called, you actually put your stop loss in a very strong support level. Is very important because of unnecessary reversal. Okay, let's keep checking the market. All right, okay, we're having a pull up. That's a good one. That's a good one. So this time around, you always need to take a very good look of your trade. If there is no reversal in the market, okay, we hit our take profit. This is a very good trade right here. Over here, we actually hit our take profit on this part. So guys, as you can see, this strategy was a very great strategy. Like I said, this is the strategy I've actually been trading on, and it was a very great strategy. Like, it was a very great strategy for a very quick trade. All right, so this strategy only work with scalping. Don't use it if you are trying to stay long in the market. Like, if you are trying to actually stay for like 2-3 hours in the market, it is not something you can use. This strategy only works when you are what's it called, taking a very short period of time to enter a market, make quick profit and go out. When you find another good moment, enter the market, make quick profit and go out. And do not forget, always make sure your take profit and your stop loss is always set before you trigger any trade. It's very important that as you're entering your trade, your take profit and your stop loss must be another important thing for you to look into, because it is very, very important. All right, it's very important. So guys, this is where I'm going to stop on today's strategy. I hope you actually love this video. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on our next video. Our next video is definitely going to be another banker video. Let's make sure that you stay tuned, because in this channel we'll be giving you what it actually meant to be a good strategy and to become a good trader. If you have any question, leave your comment what's it called, in the comment section. I'm definitely going to attend to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you on another episode.